If you're just starting out running, I would suggest
Here's your story, let's begin. The water's fine, come on, dive in. The future's here, it's right before your eyes.
Audio Jungle.
Step by step, you're on your way. Welcome to a brighter day. Don't you know it feels good to be alive? You could be larger than life, bigger than the world, living out the hopes and dreams of every boy and every girl. You could fly high.
Hey guys, I'm at the office today. It's picked up, things got a little bit busy, and so there's no running. And again, I'm still working on my knee. My knee is feeling better, but again, with all of this stretching and all of this, physiotherapy on the knee, I'm still feeling it. I'm still feeling it. So I got a number of tips here that can help with your running if you're just starting out, or if you're coming back from an injury, or if you just want to run, or there's always an or. Anyways, let's start the video. Question of the day. What was your biggest mistake when you started running? I'd love to know what it is. Comment below and let us all know what you screwed up on. Helpful tips, rapid fire that can help you in your running, especially if you're a new runner. I know when I was a new runner, I suffered so much, and I just don't want this to happen to others. Now, if you're coming into running and you're older, there's obviously other things that you're going to have to pay more attention to. So let's go through some of the things that I would suggest if you're a new runner, or you're coming back from an injury, or you're coming into running at a later date in life. Let's start right now. Number 1, run based on time. Don't worry about the distance. Go out and run for 45 minutes. Run for half an hour. Run for half an hour. See how that feels. Maybe even run for 45 minutes. See how you progress. You're going to have to be patient. You want to stay injury free, and there's no need to go out and go crazy and run really, really fast. Remember, rest days are training days. Too many times we as runners think that if we're taking a day off, we're going to be losing fitness. It's further from the truth. Your body needs to be able to recover, and taking a day off is a good thing. You need to have that rest. Even if you're running slow, figuring out what motivates you to get out the door is hugely important, because you want to be consistent in your running, and you'll see a lot of benefits when you're being consistent. So get out there, figure out what it is, and tie a goal to it. Because sometimes if you tie a goal, your motivation was likely to spike. And at the end of the day, it comes down to dedication, right? Dedication to what you want to do. Keep a training log. We all want to know how we're doing in our training. So I would suggest keeping a log of what the temperature is, what's going on outside, whether it's raining, whether it's sunny, the humidity, anything like that, because you can look back and you can actually see how you're progressing. You also want to be able to write down how many kilometers or how long you were running for. This information can be very, very helpful in figuring out if you're on track. Set small, achievable goals. Break down your aspirations into daily, weekly, monthly, yearly goals. Make them achievable. You don't want to be too far out of the comfort zone, but you want to make sure that you can still achieve them. Don't dread walking. It will help you. Walking is an amazing part of running. It allows you to recover. It also keeps you injury free. And if you can keep your heart rate up, it's a good thing, right? It's a win-win all the way around. Just because you're running, it doesn't mean that you can't walk. Trust me, it works. You're going to build strength, you'll build endurance, and you'll be able to run a 50-miler like me. Okay, well, maybe not in the first month, but if you keep training, be consistent, you will. Slow down your running. It's plain and simple. Notching it down a little bit can help you go longer, stay injury-free as much as possible. Just don't fall off a curb, because that would mean you're injured. Be careful of curbs. Careful of black ice. You don't want that to happen. You can do a long run every second week. It doesn't have to be every week. You can do it every second week, especially if you're just starting out and coming back from an injury. Walking, right? You slowly build your way back into running by walking. So again, you want to be able to go longer distance And you can
It's a
achieve
really
that by
good
taking
name
a couple
for a
of walk
street.
breaks within your running. It helps a lot. Trust me, it does. I'm just in the middle of editing and I realized I missed a really important piece, and I'm going through it right now. You need to look after your physical well-being, okay? Like, here's the thing. I'm going to physiotherapy. Make sure that you have a competent physiotherapist. A massage therapist would also really help. So would one of these, which is a lacrosse ball, and so would one of these, which is a foam roller, right? So you just kind of lie down on it and you just kind of roll back and forth. This thing works wonders. And to get into some really, really hard to deal with places, that's where this lacrosse ball comes into play, right? You can get into the piriformis and you can pretty much sit on it. It's really a targeted spot. Amazing. So anyways, let's go back to the video. You could also do a walk to run method where you run for a minute, run for 2, walk for a minute, run for 3. You can slowly kind of work your way through that process. That's what I started off with way back in the day. So, I mean, it could be something that you could kind of work on and see how it goes for you. You could join a running group, or you could go out and just run on your own. Either one has its benefits. Going out and running by myself, I can set my own pace, my own heart, like I run by heart rate. So I can set my own pace that I'm going to run at. I can set my distance I'm going to go, or if I'm going to run based on time. I don't have to worry about anybody else. I don't need to meet anybody, and it works out really well. However, if you want to be part of a group, that could also be beneficial, especially when we come out of COVID times, because it's a great way to catch up, to have running relationships. It's a great way to just start off the day being able to have that socialize, and you could talk to other runners and see what they're doing and what's working for them. And likewise, there's a number of things that can happen in a group. And you could also go for, I don't know, donuts, coffee, breakfast, all those fun things at the end of a run. Or in some cases, go for a beer. Whatever works for you. So if you're just starting off on your journey, there's a couple of videos that I've made that could really help. One of them is here and one of them is here. And both of those videos are very helpful when you're starting off on heart rate training. I think both of these videos on how to start MAF training can really be beneficial for your running. So have a look. Let me know what you think. Write down in the comments, and we'll be back on Sunday for another video. Like I always say, everybody, get out and run.
Trying to find some balance in